And he's in the back seat of a criminal's car, and the guy looks back and is like, "Are you a cop?" And Parker says something along the lines of,
"I'm dressed in red.
Come on, man.
Do I look like I'm a cop?
Come on, man. I'm dressed in red in a tight suit. Do I look like a cop to you, man? Like, what's wrong with you?" But the way it was said was hilarious. I'm not doing it justice, guys, but it was hilarious. It was off of a comic book. It was great.
He goes to him, "Do you always wear that car thief's outfit? Because you should really change that. You're mocking my outfit."
Yeah.
Oh.
So now after that, we're treated to just more action, more of
the web. Him designing
the web. Now listen. Oh. Check this out, guys. Genius. Check this out. I was on the plane when I got to Comic-Con. I want to make this quick as possible because I don't want to get too long. But we got on the plane to Comic-Con. I got on the plane and I spoke to this gentleman. I met these two guys, two free minds that I try to free. They said something to me that said, "You know what? Yeah, that would have made sense." Going back to Thor, I don't want to go to Thor, but long story short, the guy said that Thor would have benefited for a 3-year later span. Like, just say he fell to Earth 3 years later. We see him working at construction somewhere, and then the events pick off from where we left off, and at least it wouldn't seem that he got so domesticated so fast, right? Okay, this film does this. What they do is that Parker finds his father's scientific documents, and the movie's going to flash forward 3 years later. In the 3 years... Supposedly. In the 3 years, he's been perfecting the formula for the webbing and the machine and everything. This wasn't like overnight. The suit, everything is a 3-year span.
And the director especially said, "I wanted to make a suit that it looked like a kid could make."
Like a kid could make.
He's a slim,
tiny
said that.
Guy. Mark Webb said that. Yes, he said.
I think he's done it. I saw the suit in person.
I haven't.
At
I'll see it
Comic-Con,
tomorrow.
and it looked good.
I missed it.
Good.
Okay, so now, so story-wise already, I'm sold. Action-wise, now I'm sold. I don't know about the POV. I think that POV is just to get people revved up. I don't think it's part of the film.
It worked for me. I'm revved up.
Well, that's the only thing. That's a big negative for me, man. I just don't want to see it in the movie, and I hope maybe you can cut that out. It just doesn't. Whatever. It doesn't do nothing for me.
And we also get to see. There's a part in the clip where you got Gwen Stacy's dad saying, "Yeah, Spider-Man's now he's a vigilante," and they're at dinner and. Basically, Spider-Man becomes a criminal. They're like, "No, we're going to hunt him down. We're going to shoot him on sight. He's a vigilante." Which brings me to the next thing. Somebody did a Q&A and asked Mark Webb, are you going purposely for a darker tone for Spider-Man? And Mark Webb responded, "Well, I think dark is a loaded word here. I'm not going for a darker Spider-Man. I'm not trying to intentionally be dark. I'm not trying to make Spider-Man dark. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's dark at all. As a matter of fact, from the footage that we saw, I don't know. It didn't seem dark, actually. It seemed more real." That's it.
He also said that he shot Spider-Man because in real sets, real locations, because he wanted us, when us as a viewer, when we leave the theater, he wants us to be able to look out and say, "Wow, we just saw Spider-Man doing his thing in real life, and not in a set." Remember that scene where Spider-Man is Raimi? He's on the Macy's Day balloons, and the balloons are fake. Spider-Man's fake. Might as well just rent the Macy's Day Parade and just do something realistic. But no, Raimi chose to do all his CGI, and you see Spider-Man bouncing on top of a balloon. It looks stupid.
You know what? From now on, I'm not even going to mention those films. Those films don't exist to me. They're out of my head. The only Spider-Man film that exists is this one coming up now.
After this, guys?
I'm not talking about it. I'm done. Raimi's films don't exist. I'm not mentioning them anymore. Carry on. Where do we go?
Okay, so now, whatever. So we saw it. So the footage ended. I was impressed. We didn't get to see the villain. We didn't get to see anything of the villain at this point. It was like, no lizard. We're like, oh, man. All right, well, at least we got a lot here. I was satisfied now. I was happy. Wake Up was ecstatically more happy.
I was losing my shit.
Especially after yesterday, which we're going to get into later on.
Lost my shit at this screening, man.
So, at this point...
There's a question. Where was the villain of the piece?
The villain. So anyway, they go back to more Q&A. They do some more Q&A. They answer some questions. Some of the questions are just so stupid. People ask the stupidest questions at Comic-Con. We're going to get that.
We'll see.
People are stupid.
We'll leave that. Spider-Man.
Stupid.
So
the footage
Okay, so now more Q&A. Then there was talk about the villain.
Where's the villain in that?
Mark Webb was to describe the villain and whatnot. And he says, you know what? Do you guys want to see the villain? Do you guys want to see the lizard?
We got it right here.
We got it right
Put your
here.
glasses back on.
Put your glasses back on because this is going to be in 3D. So
At this point, I'm having to be resuscitated because I passed out.
Pop the glasses on. I pop the glasses on. I'm like, wake up. I'm like, here we go. Let's watch this shit.
I think I'm dreaming at this point.
So
I'm going to get pinched. And, yeah.
So we're treated to Rise Ephraim.
Yeah, Rise Ephraim.
And just the acting, him as the doctor, superb.
Frankenstein. And the practical effects, we saw lots of
practical effects. It was yeah, the face started to like that.
In the saw like Frankenstein screaming out like no,
Frankenstein,
like monster, and then
great. Then
then
cuts to the scene. This was about two, 3 minutes long. Then we see a scene where these two girls are on the phone in the bathroom talking about some girl hitting on some other girl's boyfriend, and the girl's like blah blah blah. And she's like, oh, I'm going to confront this guy or something like that. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. Something about that. And all of a sudden, the toilet begins to tremor. You know, and they're like, the girls are like, what's going on? What the fuck is going on? It begins to shake even more. At this point, the girls exit the toilet.
Bail.
They bail against the wall. They don't bail out the bathroom completely. They're still in the bathroom, in the restroom. But they're just not in that booth anymore.
It's just like George. You know what's coming, but you don't know. You don't know what's coming.
You don't know exactly. Yeah, that does make sense.
The only thing that was missing was like the dun. That was the only thing that was missing. But it's like, oh, it's gonna kick off now. It's gonna kick off.
So check this out. Lizard breaks this toilet seat out,
and then comes up. Fucking hell. Yeah,
wow.
We saw the lizard.
We saw the lizard
in all its glory.
He kind of reminded me. The face was like Killer Croc.
Yeah, but it did look a bit like Kurt Connors. It looked a bit like the facial features. You could still.
Yeah, it wasn't a long snout. It was a humanoid kind of thing.
Like you could see the facial expressions.
Yeah,
like Killer Croc, but it was still at one
big
point.
Tail.
At one point, did I not think that this wasn't the lizard? This was the lizard.
Yeah.
This was not without a doubt.
Did you see any clothes on him? There was no clothes, right?
No
clothes.
Completely
naked.
With
just,
the tail.
Just the tail.
And slimy.
And
all
the
like
texture.
Was
really well done. Like these guys put some money into this thing.
This film, you know what? They spent more money or billions or whatever, millions on Spider-Man the last 3 trilogies. This looked like it had far more better high quality production value. This film looked like it was a hell of a lot more expensive than the past 3 films.
The lizard approaches the two girls. But at this point, I would have bailed. But these girls must be in
shaking.
Like,
Jesus Christ!
They're in there, and the acting by these two girls, the reaction. I was looking more at them than almost at the lizard at this point. But the lizard's face is like,
and then it smiles.
It smiles
like
at the girl
and, you're like,
and whips the tongue out at them, and the girls just go, ah! They start screaming. And then all of a sudden, it cuts to like a black screen with like the date of the release date.
Yeah, and
then all of a sudden, I wish I didn't look away, but I looked away for a second, and I shouldn't have, but I jumped back. But they showed the lizard, full body, just jumping in the black.
Eating those motherfuckers.
Whoom! Like that, and his mouth just comes right out. Game on.
That's it. I tell you this now. If Dark Knight Rises is released the same day as The Amazing Spider-Man, my ticket's for The Amazing Spider-Man. I should have felt this way for the teaser trailer that we got of The Dark Knight Rises.
Well,
I should have felt this. I was this excited when I heard the teaser trailer for The Dark Knight. And I tell you, The Dark Knight Rises is going to have to pull some shit out. Some serious stuff out.
Okay.
The main film of next year, for all you webheads and Spidey fans, it's going to be The Amazing... It's this one.
Okay, we gotta wrap this up because we gotta meet. We're possibly meeting Rapperfest.
We're gonna see him. I'm gonna do a podcast with him tomorrow.
I hope I thought he was at talkbackworld.net. I don't want to get into this right now, but wake up, give him the number, and a few of you guys have messaged me to reach out to Rapperfest and probably do a podcast with him. So I'll take my iPad with me, and maybe we could do a podcast tomorrow with him. I don't think tonight. Maybe it's getting dark out. Now we're gonna head back to the town. We're gonna have a few brewskis. Check out the